If you have 100,000 naira to spend for both of your parents, give your father 70,000, give your mother 30,000. Do you know why you are going to do that?
If you could not provide the amount of things you can for your children, do you think they would love you any different?
A woman is not built to provide. If you want your wife to support, or you want your woman to support, you are bringing 50%, she is bringing 50%. By the time she's cooking, you should be washing plates.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Hotpotato podcast. It's a beautiful day out there once again. Right, regardless of the fact that it rained, but it's a beautiful day, and I have my co-host with me,
Carl the Creator. As you all know,
that's it.
we're active.
We have a very honorable guest in our midst today.
Honorable.
The biggest, the greatest,
One and only.
the one and only boss
Himself.
Pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here. I'm happy to be here. Yeah, okay. My name is Kawedocho Yendua Gold, and can call me Mr. Gold.
You say you dealing gold?
No, I said Kawedocho
Why are you dealing gold, dude?
Mr.
Anyway.
Gold. Mr. Gold is the pen name.
Yeah, welcome guys to another episode. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching the video for the first time, you can join our WhatsApp community. The QR code is going to be up here and the link is going to be in the description. Make sure you subscribe and watch to the end. Try not to skip, okay? I want to know what yesterday felt like for you.
For me, okay. Personally, for me, yesterday it wasn't that special. Okay. There are several days we celebrate Mother's Day, and it's always strange to find out that we only have once in a year that we celebrate Father's Day.
Just one day.
So yes, just one day that we celebrate Father's Day, but every other day is Mother's Day. So yesterday wasn't a special day for me. It wasn't that special because the day before yesterday was my birthday. But I want to say that whether we celebrate fathers once or twice or thrice in a year, it is important that individually we take it as a point of duty to celebrate our parents, to celebrate our fathers. Because if you go to any family, it is very, very common to see parents children. I beg your pardon. Children leaning towards their mothers. And the reason is not far-fetched because children, they tend to bond easier with their mothers. Okay. So as a child, as a man or as a woman, it's important that you take out time to celebrate your father. If you have 100,000 naira to spend for both of your parents, give your father 70,000, give your mother 30,000. Do you know why you are going to do that? You are doing that because many people in England, you are going to do that because many people will sympathize with your mommy. Okay? Your mommy have many persons that will support her. But your father, people will say, na man is okay. So it is important that we take our time individually to celebrate.
So in your division, how to get things clear? In your division of that 100K, you said 70K goes to the mother,
to the father.
Okay, bam.
Oh, I don't know if I agree, Sha.
I don't agree with that.
Not because I think that I feel like it should be equal. Okay. I feel like a child should have equal amount of love for both their parents. I get where you're coming from. No, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Like women would get like support.
More favor.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's typical for men to just see everybody loves women. It's like, okay, yeah, she needs to get it easier.
Yeah.
But then the person is coming from, it tells more about the person is coming from than the person is going to.
Okay.
Right. So it is your child. And even if the mother is getting more love from outside, it's paramount that she has the exact amount of love from inside as well.
Okay.
So I feel like if a child is to give their parents, share 100,000 between their parents, they should share 50-50. Okay. Regardless of whatever is going to happen from outside, banking that other people would help the mother. I don't think it matters.
I think that what you are saying is theoretical. In practical, what happens is that if a child has something to share between the mother and the father, the more of that what they are sharing will go to the mom. It's normal. That is what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, that is what happens.
I agree.
I think
I agree because that's the reality of things. However, I would like it to be different. It's important
that we consciously or deliberately decide and choose to celebrate fathers.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I have a question.
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah.
Because you said something concerning fathers are providers, they give the security and everything. But in as much as they do all those, the children still tend to move towards their mothers.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to bonding and the rest. So do you feel that fathers that providing for your children is like the major or the only responsibilities of fathers?
No.
Because
No.
what of like bonding? I feel fathers should bond.
Yeah,
That's why we have this societal construct that more money or more dealings goes to the mothers. Then just because the popsy just did, then if I told me just to give them a small token. But if the father was like he actually bonded, played games, like we see how Americans do it now, when they throw ball, cardboard, go and pick your. I feel bonding is a very big part that African fathers lack. So I don't know.
Yeah, my take first is that provision is one of the basic responsibilities of a father to provide for the family. Okay, because even the Bible says that if a father, if you cannot provide for your family,
you tie a stone on your neck and sink you.
Yeah, you are worse than an infidel.
Yeah,
you understand. So what happens is that there are other very vital responsibilities of a father. Number one, which I said, is to provide the shelter, which is protection. You see, well, when I said security, I said it was a larger word. To provide, to bring protection for the family.
Yeah.
You bring shelter. Okay, a father brings home. A woman manages the home. Do you understand? So if you are providing and you are not playing the role, when I was explaining who a father was or who a father is, I said the father provides emotional balance. Number one, emotional control. The father brings control on or determines how the children will grow, how the children will think, the kind of mindset the children will have, the kind of character the children will exhibit. That is why as a lady or as a woman, if you are choosing or if you want to choose a spouse, it is important that you don't just choose a spouse based on the physiological appearance, how the person is looking like. You need to consider how the role the person will play as a father. You ask yourself, is this person capable of playing the role of a father? Will I be happy to see the model of this man in my child? Will I be happy if my child is having so behavior? Which are the behaviors you are seeing in the potential spouse? So the father provides covering, provides shelter, okay? And he also has a role to play in the mind, building up of the mind of the children, which comes to your question. You said if a father provides security, provides brings what is it called?
Emotional bonding.
Provides money.
Yeah.
It's not enough. What you need is you need to be there also in the times of struggles. You need to provide direction for the children, how they think. You need to guide them. Okay? So it's not enough to bring money. You also need to be involved in their day-to-day
activities.
Yeah.
So I had a question before, but I think I'll leave that one first. So I think society is plays a very, very large role in how fatherhood is formed and what it looks like, the outlook of fatherhood. However, in recent times, people have come out to say that they don't agree with it. The typical African household doesn't have what you guys just said, emotional balance. The father is not there. All that matters is what the Bible has said, provide and protect. And that's what the typical African household father, would do. Go out, bring money, provide, but presence is not there. Now, would you attribute the lack of presence to the lack of love that society gives to men?
No. Well, let me use myself as an example.
Yeah.
Okay. Firstly, it is important that you understand that as a man, your primary responsibility is to make sure that your home is up and running. So to do that, you must be engaged.
Yeah.
You must be productively engaged. Now, you must also remember that to be productively engaged, you have to also forgo some things. What do I mean? If your presence is needed 100% of the time, invariably you are idle.
Yeah.
So when you are productively engaged, if you are engaged in economic activities, you are gainfully employed, or you are a businessman, you have something doing that you survive on.
Yeah.
There is no way your family will have your time 100% of the time. Okay, so it is not the absence of love. Sometimes it may be, okay, some persons can be wayward.
Yeah.
Okay, but generally I don't think it's the absence of love. Okay, because personally I am not always available, because sometimes I travel. So if I travel, my children, they don't have me around. They always have to spend time with their mom. But when I am around, that is what matters. What do you do when you are available?
Okay. Let me quickly chip into that. Everything you've said is about men like showing up and basically being present and showing love. Let me reverse the question.
Okay.
How often do you receive love as a father?
How often do you receive love? I receive love every day as a father from my children and from my wife. Yes, every day. Every day from my children and my wife.
But in the African society, men are not used to receiving love.
You know what it depends on what you are interpreting as love. Okay.
I mean, the way you're showing up for your family constantly.
Yeah.
Does your family show up for you that much? Like as you are now, as we're shooting right now.
Yeah.
If they call you now and tell you that your son, something is happening, you are leaving this place immediately.
Yes, true.
Is it equivalent like that? Are you able to tell
Are they
somebody
running to your aid?
exactly?
Well, you see, at this stage, my children are still in they are below 10. Okay. The most senior one is 6 years. So I am not going to expect much from a 6-year-old child.
Yes.
That is number one. True. Okay. So I wouldn't be telling you what I expect my 20-year-old girl to, how I want her to treat me, because I am not there yet. Okay. But from a general point of view, I think it depends on what you interpret as love. If you are interpreting gifts as love, if you are not receiving it, you say they don't love me. If you are interpreting being there, just calling you, daddy, how are you? Like my dad, before he passed on, he was always calling me, tell your wife to call me. What he interpreted as being love was that conversation. He wanted us to be there, just calling to know how he was doing. So it depends on what you interpret as love. At my stage, okay, what I interpret as love is when I see my children come around me, they play. Okay, I say, stop this, they stop that. I say, Brie, don't tell lies.
Yeah.
So if I see her doing something and I know that it is wrong, I say, who did it? If she tells the truth immediately, I know she loves me because she has obeyed me. So that is what I interpret as love.
You mentioned something about your dad. So I want to ask a question.
Okay.
Is there any traits that you saw in your dad that you see in yourself as relations to how you are with your kids?
Any trait that I see in my dad?
Yeah.
Well, no, I actually did not. Thank God I am live. You understand? I actually did not like how my father lived his life because he was a polygamous man. Do you understand? He had several wives. So, and I am never leaning that way. So, no.
Okay,
So you don't believe in polygamy?
No, I don't. But I don't discourage it.
I have another question. You said your dad, okay, he did things that you do not want to do.
Yeah. Which
So
is
now-
polygamy. That's all.
Okay, that is all.
Yeah, polygamy. That's all.
But was there any like a fight to it? Like, how will I put it now? Like, it was something that you said to yourself that this thing has to stop with me.
Okay, personally.
Yeah.
Well, I think all men are polygamous.
Now, why did you ask someone?
Yes, all men are polygamous. I deliberately, as a matter of fact, I had to work on myself. Do you understand? Because I love women and I love beautiful women. I love women that are tall, fair, fine. Okay. So it was difficult for me to restrain myself.
Yeah.
So, but I had to take some measures. I had to take some decision that, okay, I don't want to live the kind of life that my father lived. And one of them was, I had to cut off. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I had to cut off. And before I got married, I told myself that once I enter like this, I'm not going to go like this again. Do you understand? And so it was deliberate and conscious decision that I took.
Okay.
It wasn't because I
fine.
didn't like women.
It's in relation to
Okay.
my last question. In relation to your late dad.
Okay. You like my dad?
No, cause the next question is going to be personal. Cause my own dad too is late.
Okay.
So I just want to ask, your relation with your dad, was there any, let's say, unfinished, what you needed to say, what you could not say?
Things you didn't say because quote unquote you're a man.
Exactly.
No. Before my father passed on, I did my best for him. The only thing I regret not doing for him was leading him to Christ.
You led him to Christ.
No, I see that is the only thing I regret not doing.
Do.
But every other thing, I made sure that before he passed on, although initially we didn't have a good relationship because I didn't like his way of life. Do you understand? So I had some distance. So, but before he passed on, years before he passed on, I reconciled and showed him love, got him gifts, and was always present for him. Do you understand? So the only thing I regret not doing was leading him to Christ. And I didn't do that. I wasn't able to do that because he was strong unbeliever. So that's all.
So I wanted to ask this question. The current generation, they are very, not necessarily the men, but most men in this generation, they are very keen on 50-50.
Okay.
Do you think that tradition, this 50-50 tradition, you do have the things, I do have the things, do you think it's going to reduce the strength of fatherhood? Like the authority they would have?
Yeah, it does.
How?
It does. You see, women are built differently. Men are built differently. For example, men are wired to be attracted by what they see.
Yeah.
Okay, women are attracted by what they hear. So if you keep telling a woman, I love you, whether she loves you or not, one day she'll start thinking about it. You
See free game.
So now,
put them on game.
Now you must always understand that a woman is not built to provide.
Yeah.
No matter how generous a woman is, she is not built
and rich too.
Yeah, no matter how wealthy she is, how wealthy and generous a woman is, she's not built to provide. So it's not a function of saying whether she's stingy or greedy or self-centered. They are not built to provide. Okay, so a man is designed and wired to provide. A man can have 100 naira on him, his last card. He will still give that 100 naira to the woman, to the wife. Okay, to eat. If a woman has that 100 naira, she will not do it. She will keep it.
True.
Do you understand? True. It is not because she's stingy. That is not her design. Do you understand? That is not how she is wired. So if you are doing 50-50, okay, it will now require you to be inclined or be attached to the right kind of woman. The woman that will have the right kind of thinking, that will still accord you that same respect and honor that you deserve as a husband. If you are inclined, or if you get married, or you tie yourself with a woman that does not know that, okay, despite the fact that you are doing 50-50, the man is still my head, the man is still my leader. If you are married to that kind of person, your respect will go down. And what a man interprets as love is respect.
Yeah, true.
That's fact. So it is more so about the mentality of the people involved in the transaction than the transaction itself.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
but personally, I don't mind. I don't mind. Okay. But if you are doing 50-50, if you are doing 50-50 financially, because that is what most people think.
Yeah.
If you are doing 50-50 financially, you should also do 50-50 in other areas.
Yes.
Do 50-50 in the domestic work. Do 50-50 in handling the children.
Yes,
you know it's difficult to handle children. Very difficult. Yeah. So if you want your wife to support, or you want your woman to support, you are bringing 50%. She is bringing 50%. By the time she's cooking, you should be washing plates. Do you understand? So that
it's balanced.
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to ask this question. On Sunday being Father's Day, I made a post about fathers and how I feel like some fathers, they don't necessarily see Father's Day as the day that they are receiving love. They see it as the day that they have to show more love, or that they have to be, quote unquote, really be present, or like be fathers. How I put it was like, it feels like the day that you are reading their report card out to them.
Okay.
Because the amount of love you get is equivalent to the things you provide.
Okay.
So how was it to you? Does Father's Day feel like the day you are celebrated, or the day you have to celebrate?
Well, Father's Day feels like normal the day I am celebrated. Yes, because like yesterday I received so many goodwill messages from people. Do you understand? So I feel like the day I'm celebrated.
There are men that don't see father. It's not their own definition of love, but they don't see fathers. They don't like the way society used to be has eaten so much into their brain that men are meant to be strong. So the day they are celebrating their fellow men, that's like, oh, this one has achieved that. It feels like a reminder to them of the things that they've not achieved that much. It's like, it just feels sad. It just feels like they shouldn't be celebrating like they should be.
No, for me, I think that is normal. Even as a man, that is normal. You always want the best for your family.
Yes.
And if it now comes to me, I always say I cannot be peer pressured. In as much as I cannot be peer pressured, I know what I want for myself and for my family. So even if I see my second having this and this, I know that okay, God has still blessed me to take care of to take care of my children to where they are currently. Okay. And we give thanks to God, we celebrate, and next day we'll move ahead making the money. That is how it is. No dulling days. You guys be active. Yeah, man.
The question is this, is Father's Day really for fathers or for the people around fathers?
Well, Father's Day is for fathers.
Yes. Let me finish exactly. Who enjoyed your Father's Day the most? Was it you or your children?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what you don't understand. Okay. Let me tell you. You see,
oh my God,
life depends on the meaning you give to it.
Exactly. Subjective.
You understand? If you are living in a one-room apartment and you think you are suffering, you will suffer, and you are already suffering.
True.
But if you are living in a hut and you think you are living life to the fullest, you are enjoying
life.
So yesterday was Father's Day, and for me, I felt I was celebrated. Okay, I took my children out. I took my family out.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I didn't take them out because it was Father's Day. Do you understand?
So why did you take them out?
I took them out because it was my custom to do that.
So you did it every Sunday or every Father's Day?
Almost every Sunday.
So
once we close from church, let me tell you what I do. Once we close from church, immediately I'm driving through Bandy Road. The first thing my children will ask me, especially my first daughter, that they are going to buy me shawarma. You understand? The second one will say no, pizza. So they'll have to choose. Do you understand? So it was customary for me. But yesterday was special because
it was Father's Day as well.
It was Father's Day and we went around.
If it was not, if Father's Day was on a Wednesday, would you take your children out?
If Father's Day was on Wednesday?
Yes.
No, now they will be in school.
If Father's Day was a Saturday, they are not in school. Would you take your children out?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you just enjoy your Father's Day, just like your regular day?
Yeah, no man.
Okay.
My wife will tell me, hey, happy Father's Day, we love you, we do this. That's okay.
This brings me to my second question now. You talked about, when you're passing boundary, just like you're buying me shawarma.
Yeah.
Do you think that the amount of love a man gets is attributed to the amount of things he can provide? Like, let me beat it down. If you could not provide the amount of things you can for your children, do you think they would love you any different?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Number one is...
think so, but you don't know.
No, you know why I say I don't think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you are training up a child, let me not use child, your family. Okay? Because as a father, you decide the direction of the family, where you are going to. Okay. So, if you are used to buying shawarma every Sunday and your children, they are already conditioned to believe that buying them shawarma is what makes you, is how you express love to them. The day you stop buying shawarma, they think you no longer love them. Do you understand? It's normal because they are children. Okay. Like my child, my second child, she used to tell me that, daddy, you did not buy me this. I'm no longer your friend. Do you understand? It's normal because they are children. They will have to behave like children. But if you are dealing with a child, let me say a teenager, if you have a child that is in her 13, 14, and 15, the person already understands that buying them stuff does not mean you actually love them. Okay, that love goes beyond the physical things that you can get for them. Okay, it goes beyond just buying shawarma, pizza, and all that. They won't interpret it.
So you believe that a man's inability to provide
at a certain age,
like when they're older,
if they know, they know within their mind. We are convinced.
Yes,
that
but how do they know?
That's what I'm saying. That when you have, you will
give,
release it.
Okay.
But if they know, especially when they are growing up already, when they are 10, 11, 12, 13, they know that. And if they're always listening to their mommy say it, that, they bring out money. They bring out money. Do you understand? And they know that probably daddy has 1,000 naira and they need 500 naira and you say you don't have. And they opened your room and they saw 1,000 naira.
Yeah.
They know that, okay, you are not always willing to let go of what you have. When they grow up, certainly it will affect how they think. Okay. And when it is time to reciprocate that love, they will start inclining towards their mother.
Okay, one last one.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Go on.
How much would you say, how effective would you say the role of your father played in your current life? Like how you see life, how you act with your family? And like, do you think that a father is the first role model to your child?
True. Yes. The father is the first role model of a child because the father is the head of the home.
So why haven't you subscribed? It wouldn't take you less than 2 seconds to subscribe. Please subscribe. I mean it, subscribe.
If you had to advise this generation of men
Yeah.
regarding fatherhood, what would be 3 things you tell them to do?
Okay. The first thing is to prepare your feed before you start the journey of fatherhood. That is the first thing you need to do. Okay. And it's as instructed in the Bible. Okay. Before you start thinking of getting married, before you start thinking of having children, prepare your field. Your field here means having something productive, doing something that can survive you and survive
your
at
family.
least 3 other persons. That is number 1. That is very, very important. Okay. Before you think about bringing in people to come and stay with you, because if you want to become a father, you need to marry a wife, right? And you need to have children. So make sure that you have something that is okay, something that you are doing economically that can survive you and survive at least,
family.
let's say at least 2 persons, 2 other persons. That is number 1. Number 2, you need to take decision to become more responsible.
Okay.
Because fatherhood and parenting is all about responsibility. So you need to consciously decide that you must be responsible. Responsibility here means having the responding ability and having the willingness to let go at all times. So if you are a father, you have a wife and you have a child, you must be ready to empty yourself because you want your wife and your children to be happy and to be comfortable. That is the first 2 things. I think the last thing and the most important thing is that you have to be more godly. You have to be godly because I think if you want to succeed in life in anything, you must involve God. God is our heavenly Father. So if you must succeed as a father, you must take cue from our heavenly Father. So I think those are the basic 3 things that I want every man to know before getting into it.
Okay, so sir, it shows that you are a biblical man. You are a man of the Bible. You follow the teachings of the Bible. So, do you believe in the famous parenting line that comes from the Bible, which says, "Spare the rod and spoil your child"? How does discipline for a child look like for you?
Okay.
Discipline for a child.
Yeah, the question is, do I believe that the famous line, spare the rod and spoil the child?
Yeah.
Number 1, very apt, very correct. You can't get it wrong when you go in line with the Bible. Okay. Now, when you read that place, spare the rod and spoil the child. I don't want to go too spiritual. I want to be a bit balanced. Okay. Now, the rod, there are 2 types of rod. The first one is Christ. Christ is the rod of salvation. Okay. The second one is the physical rod that the cane that you can use to strike. So in bringing up children, number 1, you have to commit them to Christ. You have to commit them to God. You have to ensure that you are bringing up your children in the way of the Lord. The Bible says, now you send me go there. The Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart thereof. So number 1, if you want to bring up a good child, okay, you have to make sure that you are training that child in the way of the Lord, okay, based on biblical principles.
Yeah.
Okay. Then secondly, the physical rod. You cannot also overemphasize the importance of that. The Bible also said that fully is bound up in the heart of a child, but the rod of discipline will drive it away. That is what the Bible said. So if your child is misbehaving, and you say, no, I don't want to flog the child, because you know what flogging does? Flogging brings pain. True of us. If I give you cane now, tie on your buttocks, what happens? You feel pain. You understand? So when you feel pain, that is not enough. When you flog a child, that is where most parents, or some parents, if you like, get it wrong. You just flog a child. You see the child doing what you don't like. Tie. The child will go. You have not explained to that child
job is not done.
The reason why you are punishing that child, or the reason why you are applying discipline. Do you understand? You are supposed to call that child and explain to that child. And as a matter of fact, before you start using that cane, you have to over time apply the normal word correction. You have to correct the child, because I quoted a Bible verse that fully is bound up. Fully. It's the Bible that said it, not be my word though. Fully is bound up in the heart of a child. That is why if a child sees fire now, you tell him don't go there. It was okay. When you turn your back, the child will go there. Do you understand? So because the child has not grown, the mind has not been developed. So as a father, okay, as parent, but father chiefly, because we are discussing Father's Day. As a father, it is your primary responsibility to ensure that you are guiding the child. Okay. If you are giving your child, if you are going to administer discipline as medication, okay, you're also going to ensure that you are making sure that the child knows why you are disciplining him. Okay. You are going to make sure that the child knows why this thing, you are asking him to kneel down, you are asking her to kneel down. Okay. So that is what it means when
not to pry, but do you take that approach with your kids, like flogging?
Yeah, I do. Okay. I have a kid in my house. Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah,
I do.
That's good.
In our time, you see, the advent of technology, new age, Western culture, and all that, it has eroded most of the cultures. Okay, most of the tradition that made us who we are as Africans. Africans, we are not wayward people. Nigerians, we are not wayward people. We are people of culture. We are people of character. We are people of tradition. Okay. Now, in those days, when we were up and coming, when we were growing up, there are things you do. Even people who are not your biological parents will have to discipline you. And when you get home, you won't say it. Because if you say it, your parents will add to the discipline. Do you understand?
But some parents don't like that. Some new age parents.
Yes.
That's what I said now.
I said, because of new age, because of the copying of Western culture, because of technology, we are now exposed to social media. We are seeing what is happening in the US. We are seeing what is happening in Europe. When you tell a child, how are you? Say, fuck you, dad. They say, why are you saying that? Why are you saying fuck you, dad? Why? He said, fuck me.
My auntie is complaining that she has daughters, and her daughters, she cannot control them. She cannot beat them. I think now, I don't know if I should put this out there, but the first daughter has issue with drugs.
Okay.
So I think the other day she was complaining to my mom that my mom was now like, when I told you to bring these children to Nigeria, let's flog their living, everything will come up for their head. She said no, she wanted to do body. See how they flog, carry it on. Don't do that again. Don't do that again.
She still fear me.
The flogging, the flogging is important, okay? But you cannot take away what that aura of verbal communication and correction does. Let me use myself as an example. My mother was a disciplinarian. Do you understand? And part of who I am today is as a result of the kind of parenting that I had.
True.
Now, while I was going through school, many people who knew me while I was young, they knew I was area scatter. Do you understand? But my mom will always call me. She will always punish me. She will always flog me, but she will always talk to me. Do you understand? She will. When I grew up, do you know that 85% of the scriptures, the Bible verses I have on my head was as a result of what my mom was teaching me while I was growing up.
True.
Yeah. 85% while I was growing up. So it goes to say that it is important to be doing the correction with cane, okay? But it's also more important to make sure that you are making the child understand, okay, that you are giving them this punishment because of so and so, and also explaining the futuristic consequences of every action and decision that they take. Do you understand? So that is how it is.
I have a question. I've heard this saying that, like, maybe when there are issues going on in the home, they like lock up the children. They'll be like, the children are not supposed to hear this. So at what age do you think the children should be more involved, like knowing what is going on? Like, just like you said, you can correct them, you can actually tell them that you did this, or this is what is happening in the house. Maybe we have financial problems, or your mom did this. So I just want to have a perspective on that parenting side.
At the stage when you understand that your child has gained consciousness. Okay? Consciousness. Now, that will depend on child. It will vary from one child to another. From my experience, I realized that from the age of 3, a child is already conscious of what is happening around the child, around him or her. You understand? So it is important that anything that my wife usually tell me, if you know that you want to say anything, please make sure my children are not here. Because she understands that they are already catching up. Do you understand? So from age 3, age 4, the children are already conscious of what is happening around them, and they are learning very fast. And mind you, the children, they will learn faster what you are doing than what you are saying.
True.
Yeah.
So private school or public school?
Private school.
Curfew or freedom?
Freedom all day.
Punishment or conversation?
Conversation all day.
Obedience or self-expression?
Self-expression. Yeah.
Tradition.
If you want, you say we cannot, right? Okay. If you want to have a very, very creative child, you have to encourage self-expression, and you don't have to force a child to.
Let me quickly
allow them to ask questions.
Let me quickly go back to coffee or freedom. You said freedom.
Freedom, yes, and it's also tied to what I just said.
Yeah. Self-expression. Okay. Okay.
No, but wait, in my house, we had curfew.
Okay.
I think it's still
except if you want to explain it. Okay. Curfew can mean you don't want your child to go out, right? Or
like they have a time.
They have to be at home.
Yeah. Okay. If it is that, surely there should be limit to
freedom. They risk you.
Yeah. I had a girlfriend then. Very fair, fine girl. She's a medical doctor in the US now.
Wow.
That girl, her dad was a bank manager. That girl, she was never allowed to come outside.
Wow.
But I can tell you for free, she was the best. She was Keziah. She was giving us. She was sharing it. I'm telling you, anytime she had opportunity, not be joke, I'm telling you. So I hope this one is not else.
No.
Do you understand? Yeah, so that is why I said freedom. For me, immediately my daughters, they get to a certain age, especially 18. You show me that male friend you have. I must know your male friends. Even at my daughter that is 6 now, when she comes back from school, I say, your girlfriends, so mention their names. The boys and girls, it's normal.
Yeah, I used to be like,
It is when you start limiting, start making them feel like it is bad to have a male friend. You will not start hiding when the time comes. So that is why I say freedom. But there should be time frame for curfew.
For sure. Traditional or modern parenting?
Traditional, yeah.
Traditionally, did they used to talk to their children like?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
That is a cross.
They
do talk to. People place too much emphasis on the action, the flogging part, the beating part. Do you understand? You also forgot that before, in those days, like if I sit down and start telling you parables that my mom told me in my language, we'll sleep here. Yeah. So there was more of the conversation.
My mom actually told me that her dad was like strict. Like when they see him driving in, they run clean everywhere.
That was his style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when he wants
my dad
to flog
was
you,
strict, but he was never like that.
Exactly. But when he wants to flog you, he'll sit you down. He'll tell you what you have done that makes him want to flog you, and he'll still flog you at the end.
I'll pick traditional all day.
Normally.
All day.
So protect your daughter or trust your daughter.
Protect your daughter.
Exactly.
Anything that has to do with a female is protection.
Exactly.
Yeah. Even your girlfriend, you have to protect your girlfriend.
So you have mentioned the qualities that make you valuable as a father.
Yeah.
When as your kids are small.
Yeah.
What makes you valuable to your children when they are older and they're like not dependent on you?
The first thing is that your value when you are old, number one, you must always bear in mind that it will be determined by what you did while you were young. Number one. Okay. Then secondly, when you are old, when you are no longer playing that role, you're no longer being that father that they need you to be, bringing money when they need it, giving them direction. When they go this way, say, no, go this way. Okay. You are commanding and they are doing. What now becomes your value points? That's your question, right?
Yes.
Now, I said it is your wisdom. The Bible says that the glory of the old people, it is in their wisdom, in their gray hair. The gray hair symbolizes wisdom. So what you now provide then is insight. And sometimes you also provide guidance. Then in normal English, we also call it oversight. You provide oversight. So for example, if you call your daughter or your son that is in the UK, you know he's married, he has children. You have to make sure that he's treating the wife and the children well. It is your responsibility as a father or a grandfather then, okay, to make sure that your son is acting in accordance to how he was brought up. So you just provide wisdom, you provide guidance, you just bring suggestion and provide oversight. That is what you do. Okay.
So that means, so after that, your presence is more valuable than your value is in your presence and your wisdom. Because you have to be present in their lives.
Yeah, you don't have to be present.
Not physically.
They don't even want you to be present.
Not physically. I don't mean physically, but like the check-in.
Access.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
Okay. Valid. That brings us to the end of this podcast, this episode, and we appreciate your insight and your oversight.
Yes, oversight.
Yes. Thank you so much. It's been
pleasure.
amazing.
It's a pleasure.
So for you guys watching, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and then if you want to become a father, follow the rules, the steps. Very important.
Hope you took notes.
Better. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, comment your favorite part of the podcast if you like, and we'll see you next week.
Ciao.